Good morning to everyone, our beloved master, Abode Sifu, Master Te Huang, our Dharma brothers and sisters. Okay, my name is Andrew. Greetings from Singapore. Okay, so wonderful to be able to have this affinity and these conditions to come together and to share with everyone about what our Tzu Chi Singapore volunteers has been doing for the past year in promoting plant-based diet. Okay, so when and also grateful to Master Te Huang. She mentioned just now that the choice, we have a choice to make the change, but if this change comes from our heart, truly from our heart, sincerely, then this change will be able to last forever. So here it says, when the decision to go meatless, similarly, if you decided you want to go meatless and it comes from a truly sincere heart, then this decision will last forever. Okay, so why do we want to actively promote plant-based diet? I'm sure all of you are very, very familiar with these numbers. Okay, today we have seen so many numbers in Kalpas, but similarly, there's these numbers. And notice that these numbers has increased. It was 2,443 seconds of animals killed per second, but that has increased to 2,556, and this was a 2019 figures. So I'm sure now it has been the numbers is even higher than before. Okay, so with so many killings that's going on in this world, how can there be peace? When there's so much of a collective negative karmas being created. Okay, so with such huge numbers, so how do we translate this into something that is actionable? Okay, so let's revisit what Master said, last year. Back in exactly a year ago, back in 25th of January, on the first day of Lunar New Year, okay, Master gave a sermon to tell us about, about the sufferings of the animals that's been killed for food, and Master's encourage more people to take up early days of the coronavirus outbreak started in Wuhan. And even at that time, Master already sensed that this outbreak, it's really serious, and the only way to remedy this is to have more people to go vegetarian. And then just about 1.5 weeks later, on the 3rd of February, our Hualien, Jinsi Hualien, decided that we should start the global noon prayer. Just the morning prayers is not enough. We should have the noon prayer, where we could gather all the sincere piety of everyone globally to pray together to end this pandemic. And fast forward to 26th of December, which is like a year later, and Masters keep saying, Master said that we have to promote vegetarian, and we have to stop all the killings of the animals. So you can see, never in a day that Master stopped talking about the sufferings of the animals, and that we all should put in the effort to reduce these sufferings by promoting vegetarian. Now let's reflect back to ourselves. How much effort did I or did you exert to help them? Look at all these animals that is being ready to be slaughtered, to be brought to the slaughterhouse. Now, how much effort did we really put in to help these animals? And Master said that vegetarian is the remedy for COVID-19 pandemic. Now, do we believe that? Do we truly believe that? Okay, look at all these carcasses. Look at all those animals that has been slaughtered and been prepared for human consumption. Okay, now how can we believe that that vegetarian can really overcome this pandemic, and not the vaccines that has been developed and now it's being distributed throughout the world? Okay, as a Buddhist, and as what Master have always taught us, that about the law of karma. Okay, because if we believe in this law of karma and the effects of the collective karma, then we will know that when we can believe that vegetarian is really the remedy for the pandemic, because only by stopping the killings, by reducing the negative collective karma and creating more blessings for the world, then only this pandemic could subside. And scientifically, it has shown that the COVID-19 virus, it requires a host to live in and to spread. The virus is not able to live on its own. It cannot just live in the air for a long time, but it requires a living host. And wild animals are known to be natural hosts for the coronaviruses, not just COVID-19, but all kinds of coronaviruses. And in future, there might be even other versions of the strains of the COVID-19. Okay, and being the animals being the hosts of the viruses, and if for human were to consume the animals, and these viruses would spread, from animals to animals and from animals to humans. Okay, so if more people could adopt plant-based diet, to go meatless, that could really stop the transmissions of the viruses from the animals to humans. So belief, it's our starting point. By believing in, and then we could make a decision. We make a decision to go meatless, and then we could take actions. So the mind, how our mind can truly affect our living through our decisions and actions. Okay, so we have seen such big numbers, 2,556 per second, and hundreds of millions of animals being killed per day in a year. Okay, so to some people, these numbers are very, very distant because it's too great. So now let's make it personal. Okay, why not we make it personal? Start from ourselves. How many animals do you save by not eating them? Okay, and these figures is from PETA Australia. PETA stands for people's in ethical treatments of animals. Okay, people who support ethical treatments of animals. So if we do not eat if we adopt plant-based diet, if we go meatless, in 1 month we could actually save more than 8 lives, animal lives, and multiply that by 1 year, it's more than 100 lives, and in 3 years, more than 300 lives. So that is very, very personal. If one person could do that, imagine how this number could grow when more and more people could go into plant-based. Okay, to reach out to the masses, okay, of course, within our Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, within our community, Tzu Chi community, we all know and we all believe what Masters has been preaching, what Masters want us to do, and we all could adopt this plant-based diet easily. But that is not the case for the public. Okay, for the masses, they are so used to eating meat. They're so used to eating the taste of meat, and they're so used to, the mindset, the mentality that you need to eat meat to stay healthy, to have proteins. You need to eat meat to overcome certain illnesses. and you need to eat meat to have energy and so on. Okay, so in order to outreach to the others, we need to use skillful means. Okay, and this skillful means has to come from, firstly, to create the awareness. Okay, and this awareness has to be created first. So we could make use of the current affair topics. Nowadays is really this is a very common and a hot topic to be discussed about climate change. Okay, now more and more governments are adopting laws that to promote, to mitigate the effects of climate change, and of course the health issues. Health issues affects everyone, our family members, our colleagues, our Dharma brothers and sisters. So these are the topics that we could write on to create the awareness. And secondly, we need to promote rationales. We need to give them reasons to adopt plant-based diet, not just by telling them, the numbers of killings, the number of, sufferings, animals. Telling a meat eater about this, it doesn't, it won't be able to cause much of an impact to them. Okay, but rather we should give them, tell them in a rational manner, give them reasons why, how it could benefit them. Okay, and this is very important. In our modern society, people want convenience. Okay, so we have to make it convenient, to make it easily available and easily accessible. Okay, to be it to information, the knowledge about plant-based diets, or even to places where they could really get healthy, delicious, nutritional plant-based or vegetarian food. Okay, and after that, sometimes people nowadays we are so used to so many varieties, right? So many forms of interesting visuals or videos or medias and so on. So similarly, in order for us to promote plant-based diet, we have to make it into an interesting format. Okay, we have to make to attract people's interest and to let them know that, hey, being a vegetarian, adopting plant-based diet is not boring at all. It's really very, very interesting. Okay, there are so many things that is in relation to this, not just food. Okay, and here this is where we can get our creative juices flow, pun intended. And lastly, to leverage on technology and the social media. Okay, and technology has proven that to be able to reach out to many people, multitudes of people in a low cost and in a very quick way. So that is the power of technology and viral. Just like the COVID-19 virus, how it been transmitted so easily, despite the MCOs and despite all these restrictions and wearing masks, yet it still transmit. Okay, so similarly, if we could make use of the internet and the social media, we could pass on these messages and this awareness and rationales all very easily and very quickly. Okay, 3 main reasons to draw in the public to go vegetarian. Okay, or just to adopt a plant-based diet, cut down on a meat diet. They don't have to go like full-time vegetarian, but just start and consume more plant-based. And we call them the flexitarians. Okay, flexitarian means they're flexible. They're still consuming meat, but they are also taking in more and more plant-based diet. So 3 main reasons. Okay, the number one is for better health. Adopting plant-based diet that is balanced and that is nutritional, that could really keep us physically, mentally, and spiritually healthy. And that is really important. Okay. Now, the second very important reason is to care for the environment. A meat-free diet can help to reduce the environmental damages that is caused by the meat-based industry. Okay, and there are so many facts and figures that has been shown, and so many documentaries to to express that, and the world environment is really has changed. Our weather has changed dramatically. So these are reasons that we could use to encourage people to go more plant-based. And thirdly is the respect for life. Going meatless, it's really the most direct way to show our love, to show our respect for animals. Because if we really want to show our compassion, and the compassion isn't just limited to human beings. The compassion, it's really extends out to our animal friends. Okay, and this I'm sure there are lots of animal lovers out there, and even animal activists. So these are the people that this is a very good reasons how and we can draw them in to adopt plant-based diet. Okay, so in Singapore, our Tzu staff and volunteers, we have created a movement called Veg Forward. Veg Forward. We notice that in Chinese, the 素食 is not the 素食, it's not the 素, the vegetarian 素, but rather this is the 素, it's the 蔬菜, the 素, that means vegetables. Okay, here we are not trying to impose our, our belief and our thinking onto people that, hey, you must go 100% vegetarian, otherwise, you are not a good person. No, here what we are trying to do, reaching out to the public, we're telling them that, hey, let's go plant-based, with so many benefits. Let's go plant-based. So Veg Forward is a movement to allow people to enjoy better food at the same time to enjoy better plant-based diets. Okay, there's so many, I won't call them fake news, but myths lah. Okay, misconceptions. Okay, maybe it's because since young people has been taught that you need to eat meat, to stay healthy. Okay, so we want to debunk myths on plant-based diet and shed light on how this plant-based diet can really be appealing. It can be nutritionally balanced, convenient. It's not troublesome at all. If you want to have meals together with our vegan friends, it's not troublesome. And it could be very interesting. Okay. And these are some of the programs that we have created and that we have shared with the public. So things like, okay, for example, like how to prepare for a self-sufficient, a sustainable future. So here we are, we invite shared speakers to talk about growing your own vegetable at home. And we are talking about urban farming. We're talking about food security and sustainable living. And we also have topics that talk about the nutritional facts. We invited nutritionists to come and share with us what are the nutrients that you could absorb, that you could get from plant-based diet. And we also have the physical trainers, the fitness trainers, people who are very, very fit. They go to the gym and they'll come and share with us, how they could get fitter, how they became more healthier by going plant-based diet. Okay, and of course, we also have topics about health and sustainable plant-based protein. We invited the manufacturer of the plant-based food. The brand is Corn. You might have seen their products in the supermarket. Okay, the frozen meat alternative products. So you invite them to come and share. What is in their food? What is in their product? Why is it so healthy? Okay, and then also the different types of plant-based diets. Okay, there's not just one type, but there are many different types. Okay, and we also initiated a scheme called Pledge and Go. Okay, the objective of this is to encourage more people to try plant-based diet. plant-based food. I mean, this is really targeted at the flexitarians and people who are, they might want to give it a try, and also to show a way to show our love and care for our environment. Okay, and how do we do this? Is by partnering with vegetarian restaurants and stalls to participate in this program, to incentivize their customers who patronize them. Okay, patronize their outlets by giving them reward points. Okay, and so that they could come back again and again, and it also benefits and help to promote the businesses of these vegetarian restaurants and stores. Okay, so to invite these F&B outlets to join the Pledge and Go, so we mobilize our community volunteers, our searchee, to reach out to talk to the store owners, the bosses, and to explain to them and to get them to come on board and join us in this program, because it's a win-win thing. The more people who come and patronize them, it's good for their business, and it's also create a bigger market of plant-based eaters. Okay. So to our customers, they'll be rewarded, and by visiting the F&B outlet, they just need to use their mobile phone and scan a QR code, enter their mobile number, and then they will collect 1 point. Okay, this is kind of like your bonus link. In Malaysia, you have bonus link, and you have all kinds of reward schemes. Yeah. So by collecting the points, if you collected like more than 30 points, 30 to 900 points, you have reached the status of animals liberator. And then you'll be able to get a 5% discount when you go and patronize the stores that are in this program. Okay, and then the next level will be nature savior. So we liberate the animals from being killed, and then we save the nature, our environment. And of course, you go higher is our earth sustainer. We're sustaining the earth for our future generations. Then you get more discounts. Okay, so, and then we put all the locations to make it convenient for people. We put all the locations of these restaurants on a Google map. Okay, and as of now, we have close to 100 participating outlets. So anywhere that they are in, they can just open a Google map and they will be able to see, where are the stalls that has got this Pledge and Go, and I shall go and patronize them. Okay, so that is on the outreaching part. Now, taking advantage of the social media, we all know that Facebook is very, very popular. Okay, among our in Southeast Asia, in Singapore, Malaysia. So, and so a group of our volunteers, we created this Facebook live broadcast. Okay, and this live broadcast we call it the Eatcast. Eatcast. So as the name suggests, our volunteers will go to a certain restaurant, maybe their favorite vegetarian restaurant, and they will go and eat there, and they will introduce, the type of food that's being served there, the cuisine, and why they like and why they like to eat the food there. And they will also be sharing about why they become a vegetarian or a vegan or a flexitarian, and what benefits they could derive out from there. So we started this. We started this by getting our volunteers to come and come and share about their favorite restaurants. Okay, and subsequently the next sessions. Seasons, okay, just like your Netflix, you got multiple seasons. So first season is by our volunteers, then the second season is by the children, by the kids. So we get children to come and talk about being a vegetarian, talk about what are their favorite food, okay, that are meatless and plant-based, okay, and that is for season 2. And because everyone has got different affinities and different connections with different people, right? So getting more and more people to share, to come on a Facebook Live, and everyone has their own friends, have their own fans. Okay, so by sharing this in their Facebook page, and different people, they'll be able to reach out to people who they have affinity with. So even for children, okay, a lot of parents, other parents, they also like to watch videos of other children's. So that could also help to encourage them. Now we have come to the season 3. So for season 3, we enroll our TEMA members, meaning our doctors and nurses, our healthcare professionals. So they will be the one to come and recommend and introduce a vegetarian food. So this season we call it the Eatcast Medics. They are the medics, okay, and this was run since last month till this month. Okay, so we have our doctors and nurses, and because they are the medical professionals, so beside recommending what food is good, which restaurant is nice, they will also be talking about health topics. Okay, because health, we want to show people that to take good care of our health, plant-based is the way to go. So we have topics about, how to lose weight, via a vegetarian diet, or plant-based diet. How do we lose weight? This is a very it's a very popular topic where a lot of people are very interested in. And we have topics about vegetarian and how to achieve healthy guts. Okay, our guts, our digestive systems, how to have how to overcome constipation. And we also talk about muscle loss, okay, sarcopenia, and how vegetarian could also help to reduce muscle or prevent muscle loss. And there's also a misconception that if you don't eat meat, you will get anemia. You have a lack of red blood cells, or whatever. Okay, but that is not true. So here, our doctors, we were talking about plant-based diet actually could also help in your anemia conditions. Okay, and then you have compassions. Now notice that every topic, we have these illustrations, these drawings, these nice cartoons. These drawings are drawn by our medical professionals. So they're not just good at a medical, but they're also good at drawing. Okay, and we have topics about longevity. Okay, and how to live a life full to the fullest, and topics about lung, about breathing. Okay, now with this COVID-19, we know it's a form of pneumonia virus, and so how do we take good care of our lungs? Okay, and of course our skin, how to have a silky and sparkling skin, a favorite topic among the ladies, and also topic about kidney. How do we protect our kidneys, and how do we have a better kidney through plant-based diet? So many interesting topics, right? And then there's children's health, okay, as well as mental health. Okay, so all these are a very a good variety of health topics that will be interesting to many people. Okay, and then we relate that into the plant-based diet. Any more? Let me see. Oh, okay, some more. We have the science of happiness, where we talk about how good food can really brings good mood. Okay, and how to improve on the hormones, and alleviate our mood. Okay, through plant-based diet. And our TCM, our traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, they will also be recommending to us good food, as well as the physique, our physical wellness. Okay. And yeah, so I'm coming to the end of my sharing. So teachings by our Master Cheng. Okay, Masters taught us not to partake in dead meals, but rather let us only consume gratitude meals. So what is dead meals? Dead meals are meat-based, meaning it involves killing of animals, of living beings. Okay, and when there's killing, you are adding into your karmic debt, and this debt has to be repaid back, be it in this life or in our future lives. So instead, we should choose. We have a choice, and we should choose to only consume gratitude meals, meals that are provided by our nature, meals that are wholesome, meals that whole grain meals, okay, plant-based meals. These are meals that we should be grateful for because these are provided by our Mother Earth, okay. And so, consuming gratitude meals that could ensure our sustainable living on this planet Earth. And vegetarian alone is not enough. You need to have love and compassion. But having just love and compassion, being a loving person, a compassionate person, but yet you are not a vegetarian yet, it somehow it's not complete. Okay, it's still it's not a complete circle yet. We need to have a full perfect circle by being a vegetarian and to have love and compassion. So I would like to end this by showing um, our gratitude and our love and respect to the animals, and to use a grateful heart to learn from the pandemic, okay, from all these adversities that has been going on in the world, and is continue to rage, is continue to cause untold sufferings in so many countries in the world, affecting so many people, and I'm sure our brothers and sisters in Malaysia, you are also affected by all these restrictions and control. Some of your livelihoods are also affected. So we want to use a Master want us to use a grateful heart, a truly sincere grateful heart, to learn, to really learn from this epidemic. Okay, so with that, I end my sharing.感恩 for the opportunities to share, and may all sentient beings be well and happy always. 感恩。